G'day guys, alright, you're going to get a bit of behind the scenes today at the Women Will Speak rally. Welcome to the live stream. We're going to be capturing the protest and probably the counter-protest. The counter-protest is don't let fascists speak. They're painting the women as fascists, which is kind of bizarre, but we'll see how it all plays out. There's a massive police presence. Now, as usual with our live streams, do they see you as well, or
chuck myself on.
Chuck yourself on? So we've got the super. So basically, just today we're going to read super chats, either when there's a natural space for it, or at the end if we don't know how it's going to play out today. So we'll read the super chats at the end if we don't get time during the protest. So thank you in advance for all the support. Make sure the protest is starting in about 7 minutes. It's called for. So make sure to smash that like button, help the algorithm, share the stream, and of course after the fact make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell on our YouTube channels, mainly because we will also this will also be in a Rebel News report. We'll be breaking it down, but here you're seeing behind the scenes. Do they see you?
They can see me now.
Yeah, basically the Rebel News report's going to be a lot better because you're not going to have Rook Shun in it to ruin it. Just jokes. Guys, thanks for joining us. Make sure to make this a big feed. Now, so where are the actual... So you can see there's massive police presence. I think we've probably got to go around now, I reckon.
Keep your rebel word away from us.
How you doing, mate? Where are they? Here? Oh, here we go.
We're not lost.
What's the... Right, here are the women.
Hi guys.
How you going, guys?
Sahil.
What's happening, mate? You good?
Army. How are you,
Are you here with the women or the anti-fascists?
No, the women. Absolutely.
So why are you here?
Because our politicians have these stupid laws that say a woman can have a penis and that that person should be allowed in girls' and women's spaces and their sports. Not again.
Is that Will?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Will, come here.
We're here to stand in solidarity with Jasmine and the organisers of this because what's happening to our girls and women in our country is just unacceptable, and our politicians are to blame. They could fix this, but they don't have the courage.
How do you feel about, I don't know if you saw, Jacinta Allen basically laughed off the Cass review this week when she kind of mocked it and played it down.
I saw it. It's disgusting. How many children have to be harmed at the hands of this rainbow gender fluid ideology that's sterilising children, taking their body parts off them? I mean, teaching a 5-year-old that they could have the wrong body parts. What has happened to our country? And I guess, why has it taken 10 years for the media to ask a state premier that question? So, you know, the flame should be held to her feet, and hopefully this is the start of an awakening to this terrible disgrace of what's going on in our schools.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Let's go over to here. So you can see...
Thanks for coming, Harvey.
No, all good. Massive police presence. You've got the police, the mounting unit it's called? Mounted unit. And this is not because of the women. This is not because the women are some sort of threat. This massive police presence is because the so-called anti-fascists, self-proclaimed anti-fascists, have threatened violence against these women. They've ordered and instructed. I'll read you the poster while we're waiting. In what they essentially, sorry, let me just pull it up. Yeah, get shots. How you going?
Subscribe to your channel, huh?
How you doing? Thank you, brother. Wow. Okay, so if you're wondering why there is the riot squad literally ready for battle, it's not because this group of harmless women opposing any threat. It's in fact the counter-protest. So today, this is the Women Will Speak rally, and the counter-protest is saying on their flyer, "Don't let fascists speak," basically calling all these ladies here today that want to talk, ironically calling them fascists, in which they tell people, I don't know if you can see, can you see the phone? No? So they say to basically bring your friends, wear a mask, cover your identifiable features. Now remember, I'm pretty sure by memory they made wearing masks illegal at protests. It's just never enforced. Don't bring your phone. So the question is, why do they want people to come? Why do they want counter-protesters to come wearing masks, not show any identifiable features, and not bring a phone? Don't talk to cops and don't police others, which assuming means if you see one of your comrades committing acts of violence or whatever, don't get involved and don't stop them. In the flyer, it also says on the report. I'll put up the flyer, so that'll be. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and you'll get the full report probably on Monday or Tuesday. It says, "Armed trans kids resist." It's insane. The flyer itself is menacing, and that is the reason why you're seeing such a massive police presence. We did see in past protests the Let Women Speak, the notorious Let Women Speak rally that was right here, in which Posey Parker and Moira Deeming and that whole story, the thing that ended up undoing the fall of the Liberal Party was from the disgrace of that day and the failures of the police on that day. You can see today they're clearly not having any of it. I think you're starting to hear some noise. I think you're seeing some of the commies kind of coming, aren't they?
I'm just going to set some stuff up, man.
What is that?
I'm just going to set some stuff up while we're doing this.
Set more stuff up?
Yeah, just more views and stuff.
How you doing?
You met me last time. I'm Jasmine Sussex.
Oh, amazing.
Thanks so much for coming.
We're working together today. So
Are you? Lovely.
We'll get an interview with you once it's a bit.
Yeah, no worries.
Amazing.
Yep, and if you see any crazy people that you know who they are.
All right, guys, let me know if you can hear me. It's Rukshan coming to you from another protest here in Melbourne. I'm covering this with Avi Emily from Rebel News. Of course, you guys can catch us on the Opposition podcast on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. We're just filming here, the police presence. Hopefully my audio is coming through now loud and clear. Some shots of this other back area as well, so it's all blocked off here on Spring Street from two sides. So they've cordoned off the women on one side and then the trans rights activists on the other side, and you've got the mounted branch there as well on standby.
I just want to say hi to you.
How you doing?
I don't want to be.
As the RV was saying, the women are here just to speak about their rights,
Good job.
and
Thank
the
you.
trans rights activists are calling them fascists, and I'm here to stop them from speaking. But the police have a massive cordon set up.
Anything like this? Never.
And I don't know if you can hear the music, but they've put on music to try to drown out the women from speaking. So
Respectful relationships.
that's happening as well. It's very bright today. Let me just try to get this brightness down on my camera.
When there's a bit of I'm going to come back to you because that's good. That's like.
But I do want to say thank you because I've seen your interviews and people, and I love how your questions. Like, this is say how you feel. Don't want to go away from that. But good job. Do you live in Melbourne?
Yeah, Melbourne.
Okay. You were with Chris like a while ago, right?
Yeah.
I really wanted to meet him because I come so many times.
Yeah. Easily. He's probably one of my favourite people on the planet.
I tell him daily, thank you. Like, you don't understand. Like, thank
So it's up and consistent. It never lets anyone change. It's like never audience cages. Amazing.
How we stay so calm or in this space.
Probably it's not because he's down.
Yeah.
Should I do an open or whatever, or are you still figuring?
Yeah, I'm still figuring stuff out, but we can do
Okay,
something.
no, you do figure it out, and then I just want to open for the
Yeah.
report.
What are you up to? Years has it on all rallies, right? You'll find us.
I'm the guy who gets to Gurney.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Oh, there we go. That's the Bernie coming today, or is it?
What do you reckon? Are they the camera protesters?
Yeah.
We get a scuffle on. Thanks, scuffle.
You're live. So now we've actually found the actual instigator.
That was brilliant.
So people don't realise we're actually live. Guys, welcome to the live stream. Make sure to like, comment, share. Any super chats, we'll read them. Probably towards the end we'll read super chats, so thank you in advance for supporting the live. This will also be a report, so you'll see me doing pieces to camera just for the Rebel report coming. I'll do some interviews. Rukshan will talk nonsense. That's what he's always done typically at protests. Remember also we've got here Big Daniel, because today's counter-protesters have promised to be menacing. There is as you can see, massive police presence, including the riot squad with their shields already out. But something I've learnt in my vast experience now covering protests is I'm not going to trust the police to protect me, so I trust you guys to help me at protectavi.com to help me fund security, like Daniel, who his only job here is to ensure that I'm alright, and if they come for me, throw them Rukshan. Protectavi.com.
Oh, that is the last one.
It's pretty clear orders. Was this 11? I think it was 11.
They were 11 to get here before then. So this one I assume was 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Should we do it? Are you still setting up?
I'm just going to change the settings, man, because the focus is a bit funny.
When you're ready, then I'll do a long shot, just opening it. Alright. Tell me when you're good and we'll do a... Or should we do it with once the protest starts?
I think once it starts.
So there's a bit of noise?
Exactly. So guys, you're getting a bit of a behind the scenes on how these videos are filmed. So I'm here filming on my camera. I've got a camera on me as well, helping Avi today with his filming. Benji slacked off, so we're kind of doing a combined effort today. You've got the mainstream media here. Channel 9's here as well. But yeah, since what happened, I think 2023, you're seeing how much effort the police goes to here in Victoria to separate those activists from the women. So they really want to get to the women. They want to drown them out, and you're seeing just how much effort Victoria Police has to go to separate those trans rights activists, those men, from the women.
No, it looks close.
Cool, man. I'm good. Avi, I'm good.
You good? Everything good?
Yeah.
So should I do the open now, or shall I wait
You can do
until...
one now if you want.
So let's do it from a shot which catches kind of everything.
Yeah.
So what you're going to get is a bit of behind the scenes of how we film the reports at these kind of events, as well as just the raw footage that we don't end up using, a lot of raw footage that we don't end up using. One of these reports typically ends up being 15 to 20 minutes out of the 2 hours. So what you're going to get to see is a full 2 hours, plus you're going to get the bonus of having to see Rukshan's face from time to time. Guys, if you're on the live stream, like, comment, share it, help the algorithm blow it up. And if you support our work, super chat away. We will read all the super chats before we close the live stream. That's the plan. Unless something happens, but that's the plan. I'm going to do pieces to camera in middle, which is for the actual report. So you're going to see some awkwardness that seems random, and I might have to do it a couple of times. Here, let's go. I'll start at. I've got to think about the shot as well. So I reckon we start with that.
Let's go.
Or actually we'll go with that, and then I'll point that out. All right. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Have you minute for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia, where the Let Women Speak group have called another protest in which they're calling it this time Women Will Speak, to counter some of the no. Let's see. Now I fumbled it, so I'm going to start again. Women Will Speak. Yep. All right. Have you minute for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia, where a group of women have gathered for a rally called Women Will Speak. It's part of the Let Women Speak group, and on the other side is a group of what they're calling themselves as anti-fascists, and they're saying no, I don't like it. That's crap intro, too much blabbering. So
I think I should take over, guys.
We're going to get if it
so
doesn't.
whatever you guys are seeing on the final edits, he probably takes 10, 15 tries.
Sometimes I get it in one. Sometimes I think Daniel should just be doing the intros because he's just going to be better. All right, let's see. One more chance. Have you minute for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia, outside the Victorian Parliament, where women are gathering for a rally called Women Will Speak, standing up against the trans madness taking over our state. And of course, there is a massive police presence with the right police with their shields out. You've got the mounted squad here. They're not taking any risks today because the other side has indicated that they are planning to turn violent in a counter-protest that they're ironically calling Don't Let Fascists Speak, which means women. Women are now fascists. If you believe in two genders, that makes you a fascist. If you're a woman that wants to protect your space, you are now a fascist, and you're going to be a target of the violent mob. That's the open. That will cut in well, so then we will go into the story from there. You see how it works, guys? Not that bad. 3 shots. Thank you. Guys, super chat away. I deserve it. That was hard work. All right.
So guys, you can see here, this is a small crowd gathering.
How you go, man? You good?
Start time was between 11 and 11:30, and you can have, you got maybe like
Come in.
35, 40 women who have gathered here. So honestly, like all the drama that we're seeing because these women are here and all this police presence, it's a bit insane. Like a point that I always bring up.
Harvey, hey, how are you guys?
In the West, you know, women should be able to freely gather and speak.
Speaking of women,
Hey.
that's a joke. That was a joke. You can laugh.
Oh man, anyone can identify as a woman these days. Even if you have a huge lung, you can identify as a woman. Don't ask me what a woman is though, because apparently to the left, anybody who identifies as a woman is thus a woman. Just ask Iman Khalif at the Paris Olympics, or what was that? The new one, Hannah Muncy doing volleyball or something. Oh man, she's an excellent woman. Never mind that she's dominating the competition, but she's great, bruh.
So you're not offended that I introduced you as a woman,
Mate, nobody can tell me what a woman is these days, so how can I take offense for something that has no meaning?
Well put. He's onto it. Listen, this guy he seems to be at every protest, but he knows every issue he's protesting, and I like that because you don't see that on the other side. Often when I come and talk to lefties about the issue they're protesting that day, most of them attend every left-wing event or protest for every single issue, and then when you pose a simple question or make a joke like I did with him, they don't tend to know what they're actually there for, except it's their team and they're there for their team. The team we're on today is women.
So Harvey's probably just walking around, guys, looking for people to talk to. I'll just keep giving you the lay of the land until this kicks in. So we still have people turning up, gathering here today. So let's just see some more people coming in. G'day guys, how you doing? That's that big police cordon there you're seeing on the back side of Spring Street. And then here,
Should we interview the organiser?
let's interview the organizer now. It's a good time.
Come.
How you feeling, mate?
Another day.
Another day, huh?
Another day.
Am I a better camera person than Benji?
Oh, I don't pick sides. I don't pay you to pick sides.
Where is she? Let's just find her now. Oh yeah. Right, let's.
Hello.
How you doing? All right, you happy with this shot?
Yeah.
Or you want a different shot? Benji always gives me shots. So like,
Let me just get rid of my handbag.
unless you want to lose your job, Rukshan, you got to give shot
I'll get you guys here.
instruct. There we go. Are you just trying to put me below the step and her above? Hey, see, this is. Do you want
No,
someone to
go
hold
with that
it, or you?
Yeah.
Daniel, can you hold the bag? We can trust security with the bag. Especially,
Come this way, bro.
You want me here?
Yeah, come on the same.
No, I'm going to be taller. This is like exciting. This is actually where I want to start doing all interviews from now on at
You're
Rebel.
not very tall. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give us. So obviously we're live now, but we're also going to have this is for the report. So just give us your name and spelling for the.
Okay. Jasmine Sussex, Jasmine Sussex, Sussex, and I'm the founder of Women's Voices Australia, which is the current group that's organising this event and the event back in April.
Okay. So what is this event? Why are you doing it?
Yeah, well, we're here to give women a space to raise their concerns about the anti-vilification and so-called social cohesion laws, which are coming into effect next month, and they include criminal provisions for offence caused, basically, that is now reaching the threshold for vilification. And we're obviously really concerned about that because around the world, when these laws come in, women are targeted when we offend men, particularly men who claim some kind of gender identity. And we've found around the world, Norway, England, France, Brazil, Sweden, everywhere, when these laws come in, women are targeted and end up in costly, expensive legal processes, and some are also threatened with jail time.
There's obviously a huge police presence here, including something you don't see often, even at protests, where the riot squad literally have their shields out ready for combat.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Were you planning on turning violent on us?
Sorry.
You are quite scary because like people don't realise I have to stand on a step to be your height. So you are an intimidating personality. But seriously, why are they here?
Yeah, well, no, they're definitely not here for us. They're here for the people who seek to do us harm and who seek to silence women, who have concerns about the loss of our sex-based human rights. So we've got, unfortunately, in Melbourne, quite a track record of trans activists and also others from, much more odious political parties, let's just say the neo-Nazis, coming to these sorts of events to try to attract attention and create havoc. So that's why the police are here. Obviously the police do have a role to facilitate freedom of speech, but we're pretty sure the police aren't on side with the Nazis or with violent trans activists who seek to do us harm.
Did you see their poster? Because their advertising was quite confronting. It does seem, if you read between the lines, that they were planning to turn violent. Is that what you took from their advertising, or you haven't even seen it?
No, we've definitely seen it. In fact, we gave much of their advertising to the police. I'm sure they had it of their own accord, but yeah, we're very aware of the authoritarian, aggressive nature of some people who claim they represent trans people. I think it is a small group of trans people that are particularly violent and intolerant of diversity of opinion on these issues. But yeah, it is a real worry, and we're just very grateful to the police to obviously they've done everything they can to prepare. You know, it's ridiculous really that 150 women by the time we get started need all of this, you know.
But don't you think it's kind of bigoted by the police to assume that, because from what I understand, the other side, even if they turn violent, they're going to identify as peaceful. Isn't it kind of bigoted by police to assume they're violent?
Is it bigoted of police to assume that?
Is it bigoted if they identify as peaceful? Isn't it bigoted of police to arrest them?
Okay, I think you're having a bit of a joke with me. So, I mean, obviously the police follow the evidence, don't they? And so we've got a few years now where we've seen that these are not peaceful, law-abiding people. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the police can connect the dots, and that's why they're putting such a presence in place.
Different topic, Jacinta Allen this week, her press conference went kind of viral because two reasons. Firstly, the 5-year-olds, that whole insane story where they're teaching 5-year-olds in school that their body parts might not match their gender or whatever, to 5-year-olds, again, 5-year-olds. And also when a journalist brought up the Cass review, she kind of rolled her eyes, even though the Labor Party, her own party in Britain, have withdrawn so many of their insanities due to that particular review. What was your response to all that?
Yeah, it was just shocking to see the Premier just so out of touch. You know, it's really clear around the world that the ground is shifting, and that we know that children can't possibly consent to lifelong medical procedures, and that, you know, it's cruel, and most of the women here today would say it's actually child abuse to allow your child to make any kind of social or medical transition. We just need to stop lying to our children that they can change sex. We need to encourage them to be comfortable in their bodies. We love them for who they are, and, you know, particularly we've got some members of the lesbian community with here today, and we know that lesbians are much more likely to be gender non-conforming when they're teenagers, so they might have short hair or, you know, wear more masculine type of clothes, and of course that doesn't mean that you're a man. You know, how did we get here with this craziness? Obviously it's time it stopped.
And just a final question, the chats are asking, do you think Rukshan would look better as a woman?
You can give me an honest answer.
Nah, sorry. Bit too much facial hair, I think.
Wow, that's actually racist.
I think that's acceptable.
It's like there are hairy chicks out there that are kind of hot. Like Daniel. Thanks.
He's got the burst.
We have to mix up serious and funny.
Yeah, it's all good.
What's on the? Oh, let's just get the pins. Do you want to? Benji. I just called him Benji. He's identifying as Benji today. Let's just. Do you want to go close up of the? No, I didn't. That was not a scam that I set up. Got it?
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that was odd placing. I didn't even think. But see, that's how innocent I am. I'm innocent.
So guys, I'm just going to show you again around here.
No, that was
joining in. Avi and myself, we're just live streaming here from Melbourne today of the Women Will Speak rally, where women in Victoria have gathered here at steps of Parliament House to speak about women's rights and, of course, the topic of women's erasure from Western societies, where overwhelmingly now we're getting this issue where when it comes to trans rights or LGBTQI+, it seems to encroach on the rights of women. So here we have a small group so far of women gathered here, and you're seeing again, I'm just reiterating, the massive police presence here to protect the women from the trans rights activists who are calling these women fascists on the other side. So you'll see this big barrier here, this massive orange barrier. It separates, there's probably like 80 to 100 meters between them. And on the other side, there's a small group, it's not that big either, of trans rights activists. So I don't know how close I can get this shot. Let's have a look. Nah, they're just too far. Let's see. I mean, it's completely ridiculous waste of time and effort by everyone just to stop this that horde over on the other side from stopping these women from speaking. Right? Let them speak. They look very harmless. Very diverse group of ages and women. There's also women here from the lesbian and gay community. So it's a very diverse mix of women, and yeah, there's a massive presence just to protect them from speaking. Go for it, Avi.
How's it feel, Rukshan, by the way, being back at a protest with me? And yeah, how does that feel? Let's start there, Rukshan.
How does it feel? Yeah, look, it's I feel safer because I got a security today.
Daniel, protectavi.com. He's not here to protect Daniel. In none of protectavi.com do you see Rukshan in it.
Because I'm working as the cameraman, I'm going to go this side because the sun's ruining my shot.
Have you ever seen Daniel protect Benji?
Hasn't he protected Benji?
No, Benji protects himself.
Remember that time Benji punches back with one hand. But seriously, like honestly, I'm a bit blown away by the police presence.
Yeah, I'll try to get a shot of that.
The riot squad with their shields out, because I haven't seen that since essentially COVID days.
Yeah, I mean we see it sometimes with the pro-Palestinian activists when they want to take over the bridge. I saw that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A week or so ago.
So I guess when it's these same groups that are threatening violence, but I mean at a protest outside Parliament, I have not seen it. So they brought them out. You're right. When they wanted
to get a shot of this port.
It's the first time I think I've seen the mountain view of Damascus.
Just get a shot of this police, guys. 1 second.
I'm sure I've not seen that before.
How you doing?
Do you know I'm Madeline Love?
Madeline?
We have loved and hated. Yes.
Just to show you guys the presence of police here.
Yes. I'm Jenny. I just see your Twitter. Some of your stuff.
Nice to meet you.
I think that's just on this side, so they're going around there. There's a mounted branch. This is what Avi was talking about before. We got the police with the shields up there as well. So you'd think you're expecting some type of very violent event, the way the police have had to go to these efforts.
Look at the police, the way they're operating. I dare say they're marching.
There was also some chatter before that members of the NSN might be turning up to
I think they're trying to get around.
They're getting around, okay.
Because the police are obviously moving.
Yeah.
And you can see over there, basically the far leftists, the counter-protesters, protesters against fascists, that group suddenly went quiet, and looks like half of them left, and you can see police forming on the other side.
So I was here, this happened last year as well, and same thing. So they started there, but because their whole aim of these protesters is to get as close as possible to the women, they came around and tried to break through the police lines on the the side.
Isn't it insane? Because think about it, look at these women. Like, who here is such a threat to you?
That's what I was saying. It's like a diverse mix of women. There's actually women, Avi, from the gay and lesbian community as well.
That's what she was saying. Should we go and talk to some of the crowd while there's nothing going on? Let's go and talk to some of the people while they're here. I just saluted him. He was not...
we should keep an eye out here, actually.
They're obviously thinking they're coming here.
We keep an eye out here.
Yeah.
Space is forward on a back line. So if they play up, forward will come. Remember?
Yeah.
Actually, I think, let's stick here and then we'll talk to people once there's a bit of energy in the crowd. Because
you guys can see, like, the port have come as a backup for the regular members of the police, and they're moving forward now. So it looks like these trans rights activists are planning to come from this side now. So that's why the police have cordoned off this area in case they attempt to run through the lines here and get at the women, because that appears to be what they want to do today, is to get as close to the women as possible, because they claim that these women are fascists, merely for the act of gathering here at Parliament House to speak about their rights.
I forgot. I promised somebody a signed book that you can get at rebelfromthestart.com. Look at that. And I forgot to bring it because that's what I do. But I think we watch what's going to happen here, because I'm I'm getting the sense that there is some intel that the tolerant left are going to try and impose their tolerance on this small group of women, and the police today are not going to have any of it, which is good. That's what you want to see police actually doing. They shouldn't even be here. There shouldn't be a counter-protest to women wanting to speak. Why is there a counter-protest? And the way that they frame it is, don't let fascists speak. Like, wait, when did women who want to protect their own spaces, or women who just want to talk, how did they become fascists? And the irony of calling them fascists when you're trying to silence them through violence, I don't know if it's lost on them. But again, these are people that think men are women, women are men, there's 50-something genders, and so they probably think it's raining right now.
The other thing was, if you're wondering, like, Victorians, like, obviously there's a massive crime wave.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering where your police are and why they possibly can't respond to people jumping into houses with machetes and stabbing you and hitting you with hammers, they're all here.
Yeah.
Every week in Melbourne, there is hundreds of police officers on duty here. There's a mounted branch, all types of police. And obviously there's more support police watching on from the sidelines. So it's a massive resource that's being dedicated in this instance because these trans rights activists want to have a go at these women for speaking.
They're 100% coming here because they've got the camera at the front waiting for them.
Oh, yeah.
You can probably zoom into that. You can see there. You see they always have that at the front of protests.
Yeah. Let me just get in there.
And you see the organiser is basically has to check that everybody that's coming in, I think that's basically like the entry point. See that?
Yep.
So get that. So she's basically has to approve people. That's where we've gotten to in Victoria, where the organiser of an event for women has to stand at kind of an entrance point with police to ensure that violent extremists don't get in, because we've seen them infiltrate before and immediately turn violent on these women before. So it's just it just demonstrates the current state we're in. By the way, are you recording your one? Like, does that give? Will you have a copy of that as well?
Yeah.
Because I think I might include.
Yeah, I'm getting this one now. Yeah.
Like, are you recording it?
Yeah. Recording it. Yeah.
So give me both, because I reckon we can tie.
Yeah, we can put it both together. I was going to say, like, when I came here
you
in
can just do it as a joint report if you want.
Yeah, when I came that year in the what was the year that Moira Deeming's thing was here? 2023.
How you going, man?
Hey, mate. So they didn't have all these policing. So I think that's why they've gone so extreme in terms of the policing, because there were actually trans rights activists that actually got in.
Penetrated. I think we can bring that. We'll bring that footage into the report, because that's exactly what they did. So they were violent on the peripheral, attacking women on the edges of the protests, and then they also sent people in to take the mic or to attack women in the actual protest. And then obviously you had the Nazis as well, who apparently said they're coming today, and the women have time and time again said they're not welcome, they don't want them here, they don't agree with their ideology. Like most Victorians, I think most Australians reject that ideology, and you can see that they're trying all different ways to infiltrate different movements. So this week in a couple of weeks, people wanting to stand for the Australian flag after what we saw over the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and hear the burning of the flag here. And so these guys just latch onto it, but they don't put their branding on it. So they latch onto other things. They don't put their branding on it because they know most Australians will reject it. And here today, I don't think they're going to get anywhere near, because with the level of controversy that stuck to it for years, with the high-profile legal case of Moira Deeming versus John Pesutto, which she ultimately won, and a lot of that was surrounding those Nazis penetrating or infiltrating their event and trying to make it about them. See, this is one of the first times that I've seen the mounted unit wearing the full, what's it called, Daniel?
The Damascus gear, the riot protection gear. So you've got the plastic. It would be Damascus, the brand, and it's essentially for protection. So, I don't think, they may have worn it before. I don't recall ever seeing them before, more kitted up well on the horses.
Daniel, the real question today is, Victoria Police spent so much money on all of this when they could just go to protectavi.com and have you instead of all.
Yeah, well, if they pay me enough, I'll good jump ship.
Come, let's go.
So you can see, guys, there's another layer now that's been added in terms of police presence. You got the mounted branch having a third layer here, so
Yeah, I feel a bit better being away from behind the horse, to be honest.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. It's advisable not to get behind a horse during
Have we got any
protest.
super chats?
I cannot tell.
I'm trying to look. Chat filter.
So far, everything's.
Oh yeah, I got a
quiet
couple
here.
super chats. Shall I read them?
Yeah, let's get you on the camera. And we'll get the super
Alright,
chats.
guys,
1 second. I'll just get it here in focus. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we'll read the super chats as we go along. Thank you so much, guys, on YouTube. Super chat on my channel or Rukshan's channel. We'll get through them all. Tweety Pie, thank you for the £5. Is that it? That's really good. Oh, and then another 10. Thank you very much. That's pounds. That's 15. That's like 30 Australian dollars. God bless you. Keep giving us those pounds. Look at Daniel, such a good guy. He's actually helping. Oh my God, he's just literally, did you see what he picked up? A magazine.
He's an assistant. All right.
She dropped her magazine and then Daniel's gone in there for the swoop. Should have kept it. And then we have Sunnyside First Fleet. Good to see you on the stream as usual. Love transparent news, including intro stuff-ups. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Tweet Pie Year 2000, another £5. God bless you. You keep giving us.
I don't
those
mind the pounds.
I appreciate it. No, really appreciate the super chat. Sunnyside First Fleet, another $2.99. It says no gender politics that appropriate no to gender politics that appropriate women. Yes, I think that's what you're saying there. Appreciate those super chats. Do you want to check your one? Because I don't think I can log. Oh, I can. Oh, I probably can because I think I have your YouTube on my show. Log into yours.
Let me see.
I just got to remember which super chats I've actually read. But guys, keep super chatting. We appreciate the support. Let me see if I'm logged into your account here. Or does it come through on? Are you saying it comes through on Restream?
Nah.
Okay.
I got to figure that out. Yeah.
Okay, let me
guys,
see.
this is a work in progress, so you can tell already.
Oh, you can do this. You can do. Your,
I can't.
Oh, you can't see
it.
it.
I'll check later. Maybe I haven't got any yet. Guys, send super chats to Rukshan as well.
Oh, Rukshan.
The guy that's actually doing all this.
Send him shekels though, not pounds.
Yeah, I prefer the shekels. That's just because it just matches with the rest of my bank account, depending on who you ask.
It's one of the shekels.
Should we go talk to some of the people there and then come back? Because I think this is, we'll see when they come. Let's just get a few people because we won't be able to talk to them while they're. How you doing?
How are you?
What's happening? Do you want to tell us what's going on?
Am I the one to tell what's going on, or is it?
Why are you here?
I'm here.
Can I ask you please to just step down off the step because it's quiet?
Sorry, mate. Put that sound here, man.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. See, men should always be taller than women.
Hi, Avi. How are you going?
I'm going. What brings you here today?
We're here to say that speaking on behalf of the category of females and women is not a crime. It is not something that should be prosecuted or prohibited, and free speech is a hallmark and bedrock of any healthy society, and any healthy society should want to protect the rights of the vulnerable, such as vulnerable groups like children and women, and that's what we're here to say. Today is the truth, and that's not something that should be vilification. We should be standing up for the rights of all Australians, including women, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Massive police presence. They're coming. You can see clearly they're preparing for some sort of battle over there. How does that make you feel?
No, listen, everyone has the right to express how they feel. Our priority today is to keep the peace and that we can be heard. So it's important that we don't get drowned out by any crowds. They have a right to disagree with us, absolutely. But we want to have a peaceful demonstration today and get our message out and be heard.
They've called their counter-protest. So yours is women will speak. Theirs is don't let fascists speak. What's your response to that?
Well, fascists tend to want to silence other people. That's all basically I have to say about that. So I'm happy for them to speak their mind, and if they're not happy for me to speak my mind, then who is the real fascist?
Jacinda Allen this week, she kind of rolled her eyes to the Cass review and to the questions around teaching 5-year-olds that their body parts may not match their gender. Did you see that press conference, and what was your reaction?
I did see that press conference. I was deeply disappointed in our leadership, and I think that just in general, you can kick the truth down the road as much as you want, but it will catch up to you at some point. Well,
it's certainly caught up to the Labor Party in England, which is her same party, and they're taking quite seriously that they're withdrawing a lot of that madness. Do you have any theory as to why she's doing that now?
I don't want to speculate on that. I just want to protect children. I want to do what's in the best interest in the well-being of children throughout, set them up for success in life.
What's his flag?
This is, I think it's a women's rights flag. I'm not too sure. I'm not a part of there's a lot of different groups here today. I'm advocating on behalf of children, on behalf of religious groups. And so this is a big umbrella, like a big tent, and it includes a lot of people. So that's the good thing about it today.
And short people.
And tall people.
Thank you. Just for the editor, give me a name and title, because you run that organisation.
Yes. Courtney Schneider with the Australian Jewish Association.
There we go. It says bloody Jews. I thought the Jews. I keep getting told. Hold on, because I keep getting told in my comments that the whole transgender theory is all a Jewish plot to take over the world. Why are you here then?
Well, I think a lot about Judaism is defined by scripture, okay? And so if anyone has those theories, we can just kind of go back to our core beliefs, and that'll tell you everything you need to know. Gender's pretty black and white, binary, in terms of a Jewish belief system, so that's it.
Well, there you go, guys. Debunked here on the streets of Victoria. Thank you. Zionists, of course you'll say that.
Let me get some of these signs. Got here, women, adult, female, human female. Stop gender brainwashing. The two sexes there. And Giggle versus Tickle. That's a, I guess, landmark type of case that's going on right now. I believe in the federal court. We're awaiting a decision that's around a trans woman wanting to use an app designed only for women, and it says Google Desexing Society podcast. So there's some promotions here. If you want to listen about what's happening here in Victoria, I believe the Desexing Society podcast discusses a lot of those things. Let's get some of these signs. It says here, no child born in the wrong body, and so on. So they're just setting up here for the speakers. I think they'll be doing some speeches soon. Another sign here we got. Women's rights are not a hate crime. 100%. Yeah.
Hey, thank you. Do you guys want to tell us why you're here? Now you're kind of stuck. Why are you here?
I'm here so that women can speak, because we've been shut down for too long. Basically, that's why I'm here. Women should have a voice.
But the progressives on the other side are fighting for you not to be able to speak. I thought that's progression.
Everybody should have an opportunity to speak. How come they get to speak and I don't get to speak? It's not fair. That's not progressive.
And now, what do you want to say now that you're speaking?
I have to be careful. What I want to say, I think that children cannot consent to puberty blockers. They are too young. I think that there needs to be an inquiry into this. I admire all the work by all the people that have been that I'm seeing, Gillian Spencer, Dr. Gillian Spencer, all of their work, and I want a similar inquiry in Victoria that halts puberty blockers going to teenagers.
Amazing. Yeah, let's get this. I told her we're going to come back. We need to ask you.
Okay.
There we go. I told her I'll come.
All right.
So, what brings you here? Show us the sign firstly.
My sign, women's safety before ideology. I'm here to protect women and girls' sex-based rights, like sports, bathrooms, changing rooms, anything that is intended for XX. That is what I'm standing here for. This has gotten completely out of control. Over the last 2.5 years, I've seen this evolution, and this ideology is spilling over into schools, education, everyday life. I see it at my children's school now. The Respectful Relationships program that was just updated last year on August 25, I really encourage parents to go on the website and actually read the curriculum, what they're teaching. It is not okay. They're telling 5-year-olds you can be born in the wrong body. They are teaching kids how to use words like non-binary and transgender in 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade. It's not that kids should know what that means when they're ready to learn those words, but they're teaching the children way too soon. I feel like a lot of the people I talk to are like me. We are the silent majority, and I think we should be silent no longer. This is absolutely out of control, and people need to show up and stand up. It's crazy. It's not okay.
Did you watch the Jacinta Allen interview about that?
I sure did, and I thought she was extremely condescending and rude. I really wish the reporter would have been much more firm with her. And while I agree Respectful Relationships does cover bullying and it does cover, domestic violence for females, there are some good parts of the curriculum, but it is much more sinister than that, and what is underlying in that is teaching them gender ideology, and that is what is completely inappropriate and unacceptable. My kids are withdrawn from that class. Parents have a right to withdraw your kids from that class. It is not mandatory. You have to go to your principal and write a letter and say absolutely not. No different than taking your kid out of sex education class if you don't want it, or a religious class if you don't want it. The government is not allowed to teach them that if you do not want them to. So I do want to get that message out.
Finally, if Jacinta Allen, she's actually a subscriber, I think she's super chatted us before. That's a joke. But seriously, if she's watching this now, what would you say to the Premier?
I would say Respectful Relationships is absolutely indoctrination with gender ideology. It is not acceptable. It's not okay. And you know what? How can you call yourself a woman? It is literally tearing everything that women have fought for apart. It is letting people who should not be in female-only spaces in. It's giving them a loophole. It's inappropriate, it's dangerous, and it's unacceptable.
And what do you want to say to Billboard Chris?
I love you, Billboard Chris. I've been following you forever. We've chatted a few times. Thank you for all of the hard work you're doing going around the world. We support you, and you're amazing. I love Billboard Chris.
Billboard Chris, he's a gifted man with that height. Thanks for that, guys. All right. Should we do this one sitting down? Looks like it might be interesting.
Yeah. I'll go around.
I think it's interesting. It's a gay. It's some gay. Yeah. And there's no one there, maybe.
Just gonna walk around the man for a bit.
Yeah, I just follow you. Something on the other side. Just go.
Yeah. Just want to give you guys an idea of the gathering here. I say there's probably maybe 100 women here now. A few of their partners and other supporters that are here as well. So this is a gathering here for the Let Women... Oh, let's get my camera right. Women Will Speak, not Let Women, Women Will Speak rally. And then if you're joining in, guys, I know I've shown this before, but this is the police presence there on the other side there. We're just waiting for the women's speeches to start, and we'll bring you some of that as well as they're speaking. I'll get a few recordings of that, and I'll live stream that through to you guys as well.
Which one? Which one?
She's from the COVID stuff.
Yes, she is.
Sorry for bothering you, mate. Can I get a photo of you?
And this is on the other side, and across this there's another barrier, another orange barrier.
Oh, really?
That's holding back some of the trans rights activists.
There's always a couple of weirdos. Where did
And that police presence on this side is because they're worried that they might try to come through this way.
A what? Tell them to go and buy a t-shirt, rebelstore.com.au.
We've got more police now moving this way as well. So they're really reinforcing this side.
I've got live now.
You live?
That's live, yeah.
Ah, shit. Can't talk to you then online, huh?
Waiting over there.
Turn it off, mate.
What's that? What is it?
Hey, good man. How are you?
Where is where's he gone?
Yeah. I gotta go, man. Sorry.
Where's Rukshan gone? There.
We've got the rubber bullets and paintballs and shit out.
Come here.
Oh, they're coming from that side.
They're coming now. I can hear them.
Yeah.
That's why they're pointing this way to.
Sorry, mate.
They're coming.
So guys, the trans rights activists have decided to come from this side, making the police barrier on the other side quite useless, and they're coming through all masked up. Hey mate.
Team back. Just trying to see if I can turn them. Yep. Oh.
They got their umbrellas and their flags.
What's going on? What am I hearing?
Sorry, police are blocking off the so-called anti-fascists over there.
Here we go.
You see the pride flags.
The police are moving them back.
They are moving them back straight away.
I'm just gonna try to get a better shot.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in between the horses. I don't think I can.
Hey guys, what's back? Cops coming through.
Okay, you got cops coming through now.
So you can see now public order response team with shields out are now preparing to move in on the crowd that has, the mob that has come around to try attack the women. I don't know if they're moving. They might just be seeing if they need them. Yeah, no, they do.
Great to hold the so-called peaceful protest back. Right now these officers are ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. They're all lined up now, as you can see. Ready to go. You're going to cover the freedom speech at UK? Sweet.
Looks like they've been moved on, to be honest.
It looks like Victoria Police has moved them on. The question is, do you think they'll return?
It seems like they moved them on, huh?
Yeah, they're out of here.
So maybe do a piece to camera.
Oh well.
I'll do a piece to camera saying that it's succeeded. So what it seems like at this point is when the mob did approach, trying to come around the front entry for the Let Women or the Women Will Speak rally, police did prepare. You see the mounted squad, you see the port with their shields out, the riot squad ready to go, but they were not needed at this point because when they were faced with regular duty officers, they moved out. I'd say they just don't have the numbers today. When these groups typically have thousands of them, that wouldn't bother them. You'd see the pepper spray, you'd see the tear gas. Today, they just don't seem to have the numbers. I think maybe even they're tired. Their people are tired of getting beaten.
See you later. Enjoy.
Peace.
What's she doing like booze? Yeah. She's such a cow, that cow.
You're loving when you someone said all the time.
Oh, bro.
I'm going to go back to the women here.
You guys are from COVID.
Hello, how are you?
Sorry.
No, it's okay, man. It's all good.
Hey,
man.
Subscribe to see you on the channel.
Ah, amazing, man. Yeah, let's get a photo.
Yeah, I'll get the back. Turn around. Oh, I gotta push that button.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Stay away from that music. That's gonna trip off some.
That auto copyright.
Yeah, it's gonna trip off some filter on YouTube and probably get it kicked off. We'll stay away from that music, man.
Yeah. wait till they do speeches.
Yeah.
Let's
We'll head up that way.
as far as possible from it.
Sorry guys, we're just keeping away from the music that's happening because you know how it is with YouTube and live music. It's a bit annoying, especially if they play commercial songs. So we're just still waiting for the speeches to start here so I can bring you those speeches. All right, I'm gonna head up there, Avi.
Oh, is it ready?
Yeah.
What wouldn't be a women's event without a bit of craft and a raffle? So we'll get started with that. So I have a helper to show us all the raffle items. So we have a beautiful acrylic piece here, which is the She Speaks Venus symbol, which one of our volunteers has created. It's acrylic on canvas and 40 by 60 centimetres. Thank you, Juanita. And then we have an amazing bit of work, which is a suffragette coloured pure Bendigo wool lacquer. Yeah, Yolanda is very, very talented. As you can see, she's one of our marshals here today. And we've also got a suffragette crochet bottle holder. Yeah, which Juanita actually donated and made. Wow, how talented are women. And we've got Kelly J. King's adult human female water bottle thrown in measure. So that'll be a good one. And then we've got a 90-minute in-home remedial massage. And only if you're from Melbourne can you win this one. So if anyone entered from anywhere else, sorry. And then we've got the Get Fit Inspiration hoodie, which I'm not sure where it is, but anyway, someone will win that too. So, thank you to the Lesbian Action Group who bought 10 tickets. And we've put 10 women's names who actually didn't enter the raffle but are here today in the turban sorting hat. So you could be in it for a win even if you didn't actually enter the raffle. And thanks very much to Lesbian Action Group for that. So the first one is the She Speaks Venus symbol canvas acrylic. And I'm just going to say the first name of the person who entered, and if they're not here then we'll obviously arrange to get it to them, but if they are here, you're welcome to come up and get it. So, I should be a bit more dramatic, shouldn't I? Okay, Judith. Yeah. I don't know if Judith's here. Amazing! Where is she? Oh, there she is. Congratulations. Okay, now the next one up is Yolanda's beautiful suffragette lap rug. I might be, better not draw my own name out of the hat because I'd be in trouble if that happened. Oh, bless. Julie.
Good, how you doing?
Jesus, there's a police force bloody...
I think there's some kind of justice in the world.
There's a lot of noise.
Fabulous bit of work, and thanks for all you do, Julie.
Thank you for saying hello.
Okay, so now we're on to the suffragette crochet bottle holder and the little bottle thing. Okay.
Just going to move back. As you can see,
Eric.
they're just doing a little raffle at the moment. So if you consider the insane police presence that we've seen here today, just for women wanting to speak, hold a raffle and talk about their rights, and just insane amounts of police. I keep reiterating that point.
And the star.
But it just really goes to show you how insane Victoria is, and really how just deranged a lot of these activists are that want to target these women for gathering like this. It's one thing not to agree with them, that's fine. It's a free country, we can not agree with people, and definitely these women don't agree with those trans rights activists. But at the same time, to stop people from speaking and try to shut them down and cause this much chaos in the city and this much waste of police resources really goes to show you how worried the police are about these kind of individuals. And they don't take any chances. You just never know the type of violence that they might want to commit against these women.
So Jennifer, who as with the LGBT Alliance Australia, I think. Yeah. So what did she win? I'm going to have to remember. Oh, the 90-minute in-home massage. Okay, so Jennifer. And then this Get Fit Inspo hoodie. This is all very important to stay fit, we all know that. Caroline's not sure if she wants it. That's fair. Put it back. Okay, all right then. All right. Sarah. She doesn't want it either. Okay, yeah. Our lovely volunteer who donated this footy might get a complex in a minute. Oh my goodness, it's you again, Carol. Yeah. Okay. Good, Angie. Not that you need to get fit, but you've just got to, get fit inspo hoodie things, jogging around your acreage. All right, awesome. Well, thank you very much. We've now got a bit of a musical interlude, so Christina Green's going to sing to us.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, do you want to get these signs as well?
Yeah, I'll get this sign.
That's okay.
Yep.
They don't have numbers today.
No, not even. They have less than last year.
They don't have numbers.
They have less than last year.
Legal observers, I can see.
Yeah, the
long walk back, but still.
looks like the counter protest has fizzled out. They just don't have numbers. I think they're like Avi was saying before. They just all protest out.
Should we just start our own little counter protest to create some vibe?
We're already in.
I kind of feel a bit bad for them. They're not paying. Soros has run out of funding.
This is fantastic. I'm so honoured and delighted to sing. I'm hoping there'll be a little bit of joining in if you want. This first beautiful song is by Casey Chambers. Has a good chorus. This is by Linda Perry. We still have a good sound, yes. Just get the beat happening. Yeah. great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And I wake in the morning and I step outside. I take a deep breath, I get real high, and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? And I try, oh my God, do I try all the time in this institution. And I pray, oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day for a revolution. And I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out that's in my head. Then I'm feeling a little peculiar. And I wake in the morning and I step outside. I take a deep breath, get real high. I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, yeah,
The chat.
hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? 25 years of my life and still I'm trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. Thank you. This is great to be together. Have a good day.
Thanks so much, Christina. Okay, indeed, what is going on? So we're going to go straight to those who know best, the nanas in charge. So Mary Mahoney is a nana to, how many grandchildren have you got, Mary? 10 grandchildren, 7 children. She'll come and tell you all about it.
I didn't know I was going to be first up. So I was I'm a bit nervous, right? Yeah. So my name's Mary Marnie. I'm 79 years old and 350 days. So when I became a feminist 55 years ago, I didn't know and didn't think that I'd be standing here talking about this, it would be the first thing in my mind. Anyway, I want to talk a couple of things that have happened to me recently that have haunted me and enraged me. And one involves my 10-year-old, my youngest granddaughter, who goes to a government primary school. She lives in a household where we talk about this stuff all the time. We're always reminding her about what she watches. You can't change sex. Let us know if you read something that says you can. She's on it. So I was minding her and I asked her what she did at school that day. She did health. I say health, right? And me being me, I said, God, I hope they didn't tell you that boys can be girls and girls can be boys, as a joke. And she said, Nana, there are such things as transgender people, she says to me. And I think we have never used that word, transgender. And I said, you know we can't change sex. She said, I know, Nana, but there's something you can take. I'm not quite sure what it is, I can't remember, but it'll make your voice go deeper so you sound like a man. She is 10 years old, for God's sake. So I'm starting to fume at this stage. The conversation goes on. We get the you can be born in the wrong body. And then when I'm starting to question this, she says to me, Nana, why don't you like transgender people? So she's got the full gamut. Everything, the be kind thing at the end. So anyway, I spoke to my son and daughter-in-law about it, and they said it is not in the curriculum, it's not listed, they have not been asked to give their consent, they had no idea that this was being taught at the school. And so, watch this space. I've been away for 6 weeks, but now I'm home. And I have looked it up, and this school has a new principal, and because my other grandchild went there and didn't get this, I don't think. And it is listed as a school that teaches the Safe Schools program. So that's story number one. So story number two, I'm sorry I'm going on a little bit. My neighbours invited me for a meal, and I guarantee you I did not bring the subject up. You may not believe it, but that's true. She tells me that her best friend's son is in transition. He's 20 and has decided to have a sex change operation. Right? So the mother's a bit concerned, talks to the doctor about it. Are you experienced? The doctor says, I'm not sure I believe this, but the doctor says he is doing 10 to 15 of these operations a month. That's what he said. I'm not sure if that's true. Anyway, the cost of this is $30,000. And so I've talked a bit, he has been told by this doctor that as long as everything goes all right, he will have full sexual function. I'd love to know how that's going to work. Anyway, so this story haunted me a bit. I met her down the street a few weeks later and said, I've been haunted by that story. Oh, it's already done, she said, had it done last week. He couldn't be happier. And the hospital that is doing this is Masada in East St Kilda. They have a gender surgery ward, apparently. And the mother, who was concerned that he would never have a child and she would never get a grandchild, has encouraged him to freeze his sperm so that down the track some woman's body can be rented out to give him the baby he wants. And here's the kicker, he'll be the effing mother of the child that he donated the sperm to. I mean, could the world get any crazier, right? Anyway, just to finish off my 5 minutes, I've been sorry. So just to finish off, I'm a member of the ALP for my sins, right?
Not alone,
we need to ruffle some feathers here. I am sick and tired of being silenced in the Labor Party. So, maybe there's a few of us here. If anybody is in the Labor Party and wants to talk about it, come and talk to me, because I'm ready for action. I turn 80 next week, and I don't give a fuck anymore about what I do. So come and talk to me, and let's get some action going in the Labor Party, where we can start talking. We've got 2 Labor governments, state and federal, and the time is now. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Mary. We love you. Awesome. Let's ruffle some feathers in the Labor Party. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so Juanita is next, and Juanita got her start as a women's sex-based rights advocate back on March the 18th in 2023, right here, when Kelly J. Keane was over from Melbourne. So we think it's time to hear from Juanita again.
Hello, Melbourne. It is wonderful to be here on the steps of Parliament again. My questions are, why are we here on the steps of Parliament? We are surrounded by police for protection just so we can talk about our lost rights. We are here because of the politicians. Why don't any female spaces exist in Australia anymore? Because of our politicians. Why are women's rights being removed in law? Because of our fucking politicians. Why in Australia are human rights for safety, dignity and privacy not available for women and children anymore? Because of our politicians. Why can any man self-ID using the magic words "I identify as a woman" and enter into female-only spaces and be around children in a state of undress? Because of our politicians. Why are we going to be threatened with hate speech when we talk about our lost rights in public or in our homes? Because of our politicians. Why do our politicians hate women so much? It is glaringly obvious by the way they behave that we see this. Angela, Louise and I stood outside Natalie Hutchins' office a couple of years ago to speak about our lost rights. And you guessed it, the police got called on us. She is the Minister for Women. Natalie Hutchins, you're meant to be for women, not for men. Why won't our politicians reinstate human rights for women and children? That is the question. And why do our politicians want naked men who use self-ID to be around children in change rooms? I don't get it. After 200 plus years of women fighting for equal rights, why are they being taken away from us? They're being taken away from us because of our politicians. Why do politicians want to remove female-only sports and turn it into unisex? Why are we not allowed to have female-only sports? It's 2025 and we need this level of protection for us to speak in public. I ask you why? Because of our fucking politicians.
Thanks so much, Juanita. Okay, it can get a bit rough sometimes, so it's good to listen to some beautiful words from some very clever women. So sorry to embarrass you, Julie, but if you could come and talk to us, that'd be great.
Hello everyone. It's a beautiful morning. No drums drowning us out this time. No neo-Nazi filth either. Yeah. Today is something a bit different. I'm going to read a poem inspired by recent events. It's called On Giggle and Tickle. What is a woman? A piece of paper with full legal force. Or, if you must press the question, a bob cut, say? Or plunging V-neck? A lifetime of synthetic hormones, body parts any decent surgeon can fashion like Adam from his rib. A racy name, maybe, The sort you might slap on an expectant asshole. To take a stab at it, we need a gang of learned friends and nearly a week in an appellate court, resisting at all times the urge to laugh. But sometimes the chasm between this subcategory construct, woman, thing, and the body, warm, still pulsating, sometimes lactating, half the time bleeding for all eternity, weeping, is so yawning even a journalist is bereft and must surrender to poetry.
Brilliant. So, the Lesbian Action Group, I'm not sure if it's Nicole or Carol Ann that's going to talk to us today. I think it's Carol Ann. Brilliant. So everyone knows the Lesbian Action Group are fighting now to the federal court and appeal just normal federal court, isn't it? Hopefully appeal won't come after because we'll win. So, thank you, Carol.
Shows I'm old school. Still got paper and pen. Don't trust those mobile things. Okay, well, if you can make them believe the absurd, then you can make them believe anything. My name's Carol. I'm speaking up for lesbians, the lesbians who know that men cannot be us, and even for the lesbians who misguidedly think that men can be us. And I'm here to represent the Lesbian Action Group, who are not sitting down on this. We are fighting. For my sins, I have just last week spent 2.5 days in federal court listening to the absurd. Here's what I heard. Sex is a spectrum. So if I asked all the women to go over there and all the men to go over there, you would be totally confused because some of you would be in the middle here. Federal court, this was said. Sex is something that is assigned at birth. But that assignment is only temporary. So the little baby girls or the little baby boys just don't know what they are to begin with. Once they start playing with toys, then we can tell. Said in federal court. Now, every man here could be a woman. And what's more, we must assume that they are a woman. If we don't, you're laughing, but this is federal court. If we don't assume they are women and we hurt his or her feelings, we could end up like Sal Grover, spending $1 million and spending many years of our lives before court. That's what I heard in court last week. That we have to assume that every man is a woman, because if he is a woman and we hurt his feelings, then we are discriminating against her. So if every man could be be a woman, then it's likely that he is a lesbian. Because we all know that most men are attracted to women. And you can likely tell a man is a woman because he will, or maybe not, but if he is wearing a V-neck t-shirt and his hair is a little bit longer, then it is likely, in fact, that he is a woman.
Are you being mean to Mr. Tickle? Shame on you.
And we learnt that it's no good pleading ignorance, that you didn't know anything about this, because that will be indirect discrimination. And you could be liable for costs up to from $10,000 up to $100,000 for that discrimination. I'm not laughing. This is the absurd that I heard in federal court coming from the mouths of legal people in all seriousness. And we learnt that according to the Australian Human Rights Commission, they were there, the federal court, 3 federal judges, the Sex Discrimination Commissioner of Australia, Equality Australia, that's supposed to represent me, the federal government and every state government. We learnt that the male who says he is a woman has the protected rights afforded to all women, including protection when pregnant. So, 17, I counted one day, 17 well-dressed, well-paid legal eagles arguing these absolute absurdities. Not to mention the hundreds of thousands of dollars of public funding to back them up. On the side of sanity of women and lesbians, we had Sal's legal team of 3 and Lesbian Action Group doing the lesbian intervention, the lesbian activism. And we had a pro bono team of 3. They are wonderful. And none of them are lesbian. They were arguing not for the absurd, but for the ordinary, the common understanding, the common sense. Sex is binary and based in biology. Humans cannot change sex. Men cannot be lesbians. Women and girls are protected in the Sex Discrimination Act because of our historical and cultural disadvantage and because of our biology. To take that protection away and give it to men is absurd. Those of you who are not feminists will not recognise what's going on. Feminists know that we live in an ongoing here's where a mobile phone will probably be clearer. An ongoing world in which, an ongoing war against women. So I'll say that again. Feminists know that we live in an ongoing war against women. This is just the latest iteration. I think my body's reaction to what I witnessed and experienced last week is an indication of what is happening to many of us. It is a trauma response. My brain has been scrambled. I haven't been able to think clearly. My motivation has been zero. My mood is dark. And my body is fatigued. We women are being undermined and controlled bit by absurd bit. Not by guns or stoning here in Australia, but by laws and zombie mind control, by intimidation into silence, by fear into compliance. And lesbians are the canaries in the coal mine. They came after us first because we say no to men in our beds, and that is not allowed. If you believe that men can be lesbians, i.e. you believe the absurd, then you truly will believe anything. So, this is a call to action. Don't let them silence us. Don't let them intimidate us. Don't let them brainwash us. Don't let them make us believe the absurd. Don't play along with the Emperor's new clothes. He's got none on. This is not a game. It's not a fiction novel. It's not a movie. This is now. This is your lives, your children's lives, your children's children's lives. So speak out, speak up, lobby, write. If you're a lesbian, join the lesbian club.org.au. If you're not a lesbian, there are many groups now in Australia fighting for this. Join them. You have to. This is war. This is not a game. Resist!
Thanks, Carol and Lesbian Action Group, for everything you do for all of us. We have 3 more women who I know would like to speak, and if there's anybody else who would like to speak, you know, perhaps come over here so I know that you want to do that. So Courtney Schneider from the Australian Jewish Association has kindly accepted our invitation to come and talk to us here today. There's been a lot of talk from people in this building about the anti-vilification laws doing something to address the cancer of anti-Semitism that's sweeping through our beautiful state. But we're not convinced that it's actually going to do anything to help our Jewish sisters or any women for that matter. So, Courtney.
Hi everyone, I'm Courtney Schneider. I'm with the Australian Jewish Association. I'm the Officer for Children and Families. I just want to thank Jasmine and also Angela for inviting me to speak here today. So I want to talk a little bit briefly about not only the erosion of women's rights, but our erosion of the right to even talk about it. Jewish communities, I'll put this in context a little bit, Jewish communities across Australia have seen a sharp increase in public violence and hatred since October 7th, 2023. For most of us, this is unprecedented in our lifetimes. From a personal perspective, feelings of helplessness creep in during times that evoke fear and uncertainty. But as uncertain and as uncharted these times are for many of us, we must not forget who we are as a country and who we are as a society. It is a fact, bad actors and some in power know that fear and uncertainty can convince individuals and groups to do things they would otherwise not be open to. Powers that be look to exploit fear and uncertainty during uncertain times in order to advance a self-serving agenda. Enter the anti-vilification agenda. Whether coming from state or federal legislation, anti-vilification laws, by their nature, kneecap free speech. By deeming some speech vilification, introducing criminal penalties, and expanding definitions of prohibited speech to include vague terms such as likely to offend and reasonable person. Jews, Christians, and other religious groups are concerned that these same laws, which purport to protect vulnerable individuals, will prohibit and outlaw traditional religious teachings on morality and belief. They will treat these teachings as vilification and likely to offend someone. The direction this trend is heading towards is anti-democratic, anti-freedom, anti-Western, and of course anti-Australian. We women as a group are facing the same problem. One of the hallmarks of a healthy society is how that society protects women and children as a whole. There is no escaping the natural reality of the vulnerability of children to adults and the vulnerability of women to physically stronger men. This very reality has shaped legislation on human rights and women's rights for centuries. Just as a Jew or Christian must have the freedom to teach and express and defend religious beliefs, so must a woman have the right to defend her existence as a separate, distinct category from men. A category which any healthy society deems unique and protected. Expressing and discussing the reality of these facts holds our great society together and should never be considered prosecutable or prohibited. The best way to protect vulnerable groups and individuals is not to draw up additional laws which infringe on the basic human rights and freedoms of everybody. The solution, rather, is to enforce the laws already in place. We already have laws that counter violence, damage to property, and hate speech. So why isn't this enough? Why isn't it enough to enforce existing laws? A failure to enforce those laws introduces more legislation and brings about tyrannical creep. Furthermore, additional laws have failed to disincentivize and prevent any form of public hatred, which they were designed to address. It is a flawed and failed concept. These laws have the potential to deny human beings the right to defend religious morality, express the observed reality of biological sex, and defend the rights and protections of girls and women. They are ill-conceived at best and sinister at worst. This is not the way forward for any free, advanced Western society. Biological sex cannot be erased as a meeting category. If it is, it compromises safety, fairness, healthcare, and replaces it with ideological frameworks without democratic mandate. Whether on the topic of gender or sex, religion and freedom of belief, or any other topic, all Australians must be able to publicly recognize an issue, discuss it, and defend their position without reprisal. As women, as people of faith, as people of reason, we will not be silenced in speaking not just our, but the truth. Thank you.
Thanks, Courtney. I don't want to leave you till the end, Angela Jones. I'm looking at you. Andrew. She's busy talking to other people. You don't want, you sure? The lucky last? No? Okay. All right. Louise Carrick is going to share a story of a mother who can't share her story herself because it would put her employment in peril. So I'll hand over to Louise.
Oh, thanks everybody. Look, how fucking sad is it that we're here today? Parliament, the Premier hates, God, she hates us. I'm so fucking angry that we're here. There are so many families that are so stressed because of what's happening now in the education department in their schools. They don't feel as though they can speak up. They'll lose friendship groups. They'll lose their kids. Their kids can be taken off them now. I don't know what the bloody teachers are doing. Is there a teachers' union? I don't know. It used to be when I was teaching. Anyway, this is from Great Ryrie Primary School, grade 5, from a poor parent who can't speak. My 11-year-old daughter announces she and her friends are learning about LGBT blah, 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 at school, and they're all trying to work out what they are. Words were introduced to me such as apparently one male friend was non-binary, and in the female friendship group we have 2 trans boys, 1 pansexual, and my child who went from trans to non-binary to agender to demi boy, then back to non-binary. God. The grade 5 teachers embraced these new identities, dickheads. And I overheard her collude with my child saying, "Your mum doesn't understand this." But I support you. My God, that is just disgusting. I was told I must accept her new names and pronouns, and social workers from Education Department attempted to shame me into compliance. How many other families have got exactly the same story? Today I only know of 3 children from grade 5 here, including my own, and all are still identifying as trans or non-binary. Sorry, I can't. All 3 use alternative names / pronouns at school. None have yet medically transitioned. But according to Jacinta Allen, it's all in place for them. There's a wonderful medical industry right there ready to take them all in. And families can't speak up for their kids because dickhead teachers are supporting this absolute moronic, mad system that has obviously taken over. Jacinta Allen is mad. All politicians who follow this shit are mad. Normal people don't think like this. There are males and there are females. You don't have part humans. We are a sexed species. I can't even believe that we're still here talking about this bullshit. So, the other bits aren't that, dear ladies, I feel so sorry for the parents who are going through this. Why? Anyway, look, we all know that it's normal to have male children and female children. That's it. What they do within their maleness and femaleness is, I guess, up to them. You know? But it doesn't change. Thank you.
Okay, Tony is with us all the way from regional Victoria, and she wanted to have a talk about some of the women who weren't able to be here today.
Addressing you guys, but I'm actually addressing all the women and women's allies that aren't here today. Where the fuck are you? We need you here now. I know there's an awful lot of fear-mongering out on social media about how scary these wankers over there are. But have a look at, I want you all to film how many police are here. We're thoroughly protected. Thank you very much for that. And the more of us that are here, the safer it is. Safety in numbers. When we're leaving, we're all looking after each other. And when we arrived today, it was just smiles and hugs and love and such a beautiful vibe. And I want to invite all those women out there who are scared to come and join us, to come and stand with us. Please, we need you. This is insane. And we need to be outnumbering them. It's disgusting that we don't. So please, I want everybody here today to get on and just share the good vibes. Thank you to all of you media people, particularly Rukshan, who has been here from the get-go, and getting the word out about what we're doing. But I'm inviting you, if you're scared, please reach out to one of us. We'll talk you through it. We'll look after you. You are protected, you are safe, but your voice is needed. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. We do need more women to speak up, to write to your school, to write to your politicians, to write to your local councillors, to talk to your boss about how you feel about mixed-sex toilets at work. Maybe take the union along when you have those conversations. Be careful. But we do have a local government candidate with us here today who isn't going to pitch her candidacy to you, but is going to share with us some of her experiences. So Liz, if you'd like to come up, ran for Deputy Mayor for the City of Melbourne, I think, in the last election.
All of you brave and strong women, and all the honourable men here today to wish to support women's rights as well. My name is Liz G. I'm a Chinese Australian. I stood for Melbourne City Council last year for Deputy Lord Mayor. I'm here to say I'm a woman, and I know what a woman is. I'm here to support all the wonderful women here today. And women's rights cannot be compromised. We have to stand for our dignity, respect, and integrity. And obviously, men can never be women. And thank you, Jasmine and Angie and all of the organizers today to support women's rights, and we can't go backwards. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Liz. Just need to check if anybody else who might have thought about speaking wanted to speak. Not to put any pressure on you, but if anybody else wants to speak about their experiences. Yep.
Hi, which one? Sorry, that's been disgusting. I'm a mum of a 17-year-old beautiful daughter, and here I am, self-proclaimed her.
And I've just watched what's happened in the last few years of my daughter's life and her education in her peer groups. And it's incredibly distressing to me. And I am lucky to be a great friend of the incredible Julie Zacko. So that's why I'm here. And one of the things that I find empowering and depressing at the same time is that there's an amazing group of people here, but the numbers are just kind of depressingly low. And I will go back to my friendship groups and I will say, come on, step up. This matters. Things are happening right now on our watch. And it's, you know, it's wonderful to have you here, but, you know, as other speakers have said, we need to go out and garner people in. And we need to drown out that kind of noise. Anyway, thanks for being here.
Okay, I'm going to thank everybody for coming today and just remind you that we're all here to raise our voices, because when you can't define what a woman is, you can't protect women's human rights, and there's not an area of public life that gender identity doesn't destroy in relation to women's rights. So we have men in women's prisons, we have boys going into girls' toilets at schools because they say they're girls. We have boys and men going into women and girls' sports and beating them and hurting them. We have elected representatives in unions and other organisations taking women's roles because they say they're women. It's not just an existential threat, it's a real threat, and this is happening. And thankfully, because, you know, people who identify as, you know, or have cross-sex ideation problems in their lives are still a relatively small group of people. So there are quite a lot of people who don't actually know what's going on. It takes a teenager in your family, like in my family or in many other families here, or someone at work who transitions, or being in a hospital bed and there being a trans-identified person very close to you, for some women to realise that this is happening, this is real, and this is a threat. And the reality is that the more vulnerable you are, the more you rely on government services or you're in crisis in your life, the more harm that men in our private spaces or our specialist services can do to us. And the last thing I wanted to say, which is really what piqued me and brought me to this issue, is that women's health is just utterly captured, unfortunately, by this way of thinking. And so we're being dehumanised as cervix havers, walking wombs, people who have penetrative, who are receptive sex. I can't even say it because it's just so disgusting. And, these sorts of terms are being used in serious medical journals like Nature. They talk about the taboo of menstruation, and then they make women a taboo term, and it's menstruating people. So thank you so much for coming and listening today and doing everything that you are to fight back. And we need to keep raising our voices. And it could get pretty scary out there with the introduction of these anti-vilification social cohesion laws. So please be careful. Take legal advice. My lawyers always say don't identify a particular individual, talk in generalities, try and refer to academic texts when you're giving your opinions.
Men don't breastfeed!
Thanks so much, Louise. That's true. Men don't breastfeed, and they shouldn't try. Thanks very much for everyone for coming.
Thank you so much,
Come. can I just ask you a couple of questions? Firstly, I just saw that, I don't know, as this was happening, a few people on the other side were arrested. The Herald Sun reported it. Yeah, they turned violent. Who would have thought the tolerant...
Here today?
Yeah, on the other side. So trying to come here, trying to attack you.
I saw them walking up the street when I was getting the tram up.
But the Herald Sun framed it as counter-protesters against the far-right women's rally. Are you a far-right woman?
I'm a member of the ALP. I actually come from the far left, I can tell you. My politics are very left-wing. And I don't understand why saying that a woman is a woman and a man is a man and you can't take sex somehow makes you right-wing. It's the truth.
What would you say to that journalist that's written that?
That it's shit, that it's not true, and we're sick of it. We are fed up with being linked to the far right. I am not. Anybody who knows me will tell you what I've been fighting for. I'm a climate activist, I'm a grandmother for refugees, I was marching against the Vietnam War when I was 19, but I still know what a woman is. And we've got to somehow stop this linking of women with my opinions with far-right politics. Now, we might agree on this particular issue and then disagree on everything else, and that journalist,
Finally, because this is the question of the hour, what is a woman?
A woman is a biological woman with XX chromosomes. A woman has the ability to have a baby. A woman, can breastfeed a baby. We have a female body. We have body parts that only women have. And that's what we are. And you cannot change that. You can't reproduce it. You can't replicate it by taking cross-sex hormones. We are women. You're a man, and you can't be any different.
Hi everyone.
I can't
Just
be you.
a few tips.
Should I get a bit suspicious when my security guard tells me he wants to go on maternity leave?
We'd like you to go that way, so towards Collins Street, and you can catch the 109.
Thank you
in
for
either
covering,
direction.
because we are wearing freaks.
And whatever arrangements you've made. But
watch Monday's video.
it'd be good to let the police start packing up, and it'd be good if we all head off.
Hey man, good seeing you, mate.
Looking forward to see you. Telephone here or your...
Yeah, I can do that.
Hey man, how's it going on? Thanks, brother.
See you around.
Yes.
Hey, how are you? I'm filming, yeah, it's online.
What brought you here today?
I have two family members who have transitioned, and I've seen what happens to, inside a family, and it tears people apart, and it's born of pain. That's what I've seen anyway. I am a feminist, and I do agree with all of the political side of it, but it's the family, it's friends, it's people being hurt and then transitioning and getting hurt more, and then just being dumped by the system.
Were you not afraid by the violence?
The violence, I know I was expecting it to be a lot worse, to be honest, but I haven't actually seen any. So
there was a couple of arrests. The tolerant crowd tried to the Be Kind crowd tried to break in. Police arrested a few of them. The media though is painting you guys as far right women's rights. What would you respond to that?
I've been a left-wing voter my entire life. I actually voted Labor, and it wasn't because I agree with them. It was damage control at this point in time, and I agree with the other speaker from earlier who said, let's get in and shake things up with the left-wing parties. We actually need to be represented. Yeah.
But were you scared to come here today at all?
No, I wasn't actually.
What would you say to people that are scared to come here?
The media is going to make out the violence is a lot worse than it is because that sells, it gets people watching, and but I've been around a lot of feminist events and the police are pretty good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for coming here to support women's rights. And I've been watching your videos for a long time since COVID, and I think you really make a very, very valid point, and that makes me think a lot.
Oh, thank you. What would you say to women that were scared to come here today? Because obviously there was a threat of violence. They did try get in here, a couple of arrests from the Be Kind crowd. Were you not worried yourself? And what would you say to other people that are worried to come to these sorts of events?
No, we have to come here to defend ourselves, to maintain our integrity and dignity, because, you know, the first time I saw a man in women's change room at my gym, I freaked out, but no women wanted to speak up. And I wrote numerous emails to the management to complain about this because I felt really threatened and scared, to be honest. And another time I heard a man's voice in female's toilet, that freaked me out. And I was so delusional, like I feel like I was in a different world or something. And we need to speak up for our rights because the world is going backwards, it's not going forward. We shouldn't compromise our rights. And we are just as important and individual as men.
And just for the record, because the Herald Sun reporter labelled your group as a far right women's rally. Are you far right?
I'm not. I just want to protect women's rights, and I just want to